Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how I made this modern candle holder. Check out the description box below for all the tools I used. So I'm going to be using a pallet wood for this project, and I chose one that wasn't completely destroyed. So the first thing I do is cut it into a square. The width of the pallet is 3 by 3/4 inches, so I'm going to use my miter saw to cut the length at 3 3/4 inches. Next, I'm going to create the crater where the cement will sit. I created this clamp station that'll hold the pallet piece down without being in the way, and while also making it safe to drill down without going into the table. Before I place the pallet piece, I want to decide which side will be the top, with that side being the cleanest. I'm mostly looking at the edges because the center won't matter once I drill it out. Next, I'm going to mark where the center of the block is, with half of 3 3/4 being 1 7/8. To drill the crater, I'm starting off using a 2-inch self-feeding Forstner bit. I believe it is what it's called. And I'm going to go about 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch down. After, I use another bit, which I believe is called a hole saw, that measures at 2.5 inches. Again, I go down the same distance of about 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch. After I take out my chisel and hammer and start hammering away the small bits that was inside between both drill bits. Alright, moving on to the most exciting part, sanding. I'm using an Orbital sander here, but you could just use some sandpaper and do this by hand, and it honestly may save you some time, because as you'll see, I constantly have to rearrange the block with the clamps, and that takes time as opposed to having it in your hand. Anyways, I'm sanding down the entire thing only a little bit because I do like the natural cracks that come with the pallet wood, but of course if you want it smooth, then just spend more time than I did here. Moving on to the cement cup, I'll call it. You'll need some water, cement mix, a bucket to mix it, something to scoop it out, and the frame, which I use these little plastic bowls that come in a 10-pack at the dollar store. Mix in the water and the cement and try to reach the consistency that I've acquired here. After you're done mixing, go ahead and scoop up or pour some into the cup. Don't fill it up to the top because we'll be adding a candle to it and it'll push the cement up some more. Now it's time to vibrate those bubbles out. I just used my hands here. After that, I'm going to put the tea light candle in while it's still wet. And because candle is lighter than the cement, it'll want to float, so I'll take a second candle and place it on top. Alright, so I don't show this step, but depending on your cement mix, after a couple hours, come back and remove the tea light. So once it's dried, it should look a bit like this. I have one with a dark bottom that you can't really tell by the shot, but I could tell it wasn't ready yet. But I had another that had a lighter tone, and I knew that it was ready to go ahead and be painted. But first, I'm going to sand off the top. I don't sand the sides at the bottom because they're usually buttery smooth, so. So now it's time to paint. I'm using a matte clear spray paint. I have concrete enamel, but I'm not a big fan of the glossy look to it. So for this project, I'm just putting on 2 coats. Now while I let the first coat dry, I'll start working on painting the block. I apply 1 coat of polyshade stain and polyurethane mix that has a satin oak finish. Again, I don't worry about the bottom, but if you're planning on leaving this outside, it may be a good idea to apply it all around. Follow the instructions on the can on how long it should dry for, then come back and put the foam padding on. These come in small circles, which I cut up into 4 and peel the sticky side off like a sticker and apply it to each corner. I forget to record it, but I did apply another coat to the top of the cement cup, and once that dries, we can go ahead and attach both together. I'm using liquid nails to attach it, and so far it's worked great. I apply about a tablespoon on the block and place the cement on top while twisting it so that more area is covered. Then I lay it flat on the surface and eyeball the level. And that's pretty much it. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have any ideas on what you'd like to see next or what I should work on, go ahead and drop a comment below. And yeah, thank you.